Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to take a look at the Masters of the Universe Origins Rattlor. Now, I do remember this figure, but I don't really remember ever having him or even playing with him. So, I'm going to take a look at him. He does look really cool, like most of the Masters of the Universe figures. Like I said, I really like this line as a playability for parents and their kids. So anyway, there we get a good look at him in his plastic prison. Some real nice red that I think pops with the yellow right there. This is the Snake Man there. You can see the scales on the bubble. So if you're an inbox collector, you're definitely going to like it. You have the exploding rocks. Master of the Universe here, and then you have the snakes behind it. He's Rattler, evil creature with the quick strike head. So, on the back here, we have the wonderful artwork, which I mentioned before numerous times, that I do believe that no one does better artwork than Master of the Universe Origins. I mean, there may be some that are just as good, but I don't think there's anyone that's doing it better. It's telling a story, and there he is fighting Snake Armor He-Man. That's one that I didn't go with, because I just don't need another He-Man, and I really don't care about that one. So here we're going to see he has an extending head, so he's a lot like Mechanic, and there is the wave of a Snake Man. Now, I did get this from BBTS, and they put the sticker on the standard grade. Now, I don't remember BBTS doing that before, but I guess that's maybe something new they're doing, maybe something I just never had done. I'm not sure. I just don't remember. Someone can mention it in the comments if they want. So anyway, before we get started and take a look at the video, take a look at the figure, if you enjoy the content, take a second, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a Match of the Universe video. So anyway, let's take a look at the figure, and then you can decide whether or not you want to pick it up or not. Alright, so I got him now open and out of his plastic prison, and listen, I just happen to have Serpentor and Cobra Commander up here. It has nothing to do with the Snake Man appearance. I did the short video asking who the real leader of Cobra is, and they just happen to be here. So that's the reason why they're here. So anyway, here's the bubble here, and again, Snake Man has a nice scale packaging. I really do like it, but that's trash. But if you're an inbox collector, you may like it. So here's Rattlor. It just pops out. Let's see. Oh, no, this one. So this one here does have, again, I don't understand what Mattel is doing. Cobra Con, it didn't have any, but this has the little clips on it. I really hate doing this. No one really wants to hear the crinkling, but I guess it came off pretty easily. So, oh, now I really remember Rattler. Okay, all right, now I remember him. Look at that. So here's his rattling tail. Okay, see, I do like that. I really do. Look at that. Like, this guy, just tell you what, Camel Con keeps falling, and I have Cobra Con sitting over here on one leg, just balancing. So this guy looks like he uses pretty much all new molding. Now his tail is really thin and moves around fairly easily. But let's see if we can get him just over here. So anyway, he does come with a mini comic. This is Rise of the Snake Man, and it has Boltman, right? And again, it's going to tell you the short little story of Snake Men and different things like that. So there are a lot of Snake Men coming, including Snake Armor Tila, but there's no bubbles in that. I mean, there are bubbles in that, so it's not the overseas version where they just don't put words in it. Here's his staff with the snake and the rattle. Now I'm seeing this, and it's all kind of flooding back. I definitely do remember this. So this is kind of cool. I don't think we've got anything like this yet. At least not that I remember. But again, like, sometimes you start to get the old stuff kind of mixed up. So he does have the head that's going to be on that new, is it a Horde Trooper or a Snake Trooper with that armor? That's kind of going to pop on there. So looking at it, it just kind of looks like his head looks up. Can't really look it down all that much. Of course, it does pop off like the rest of them. So quickly while we got it off, it has the nice little snake eyes. It's hard to say snake eyes without thinking G.I. Joe, especially if you're watching this channel. Paint apps look really good. The teeth look good. It's got the tongue on the bottom. Again, I think it looks good. There's no messy paint apps, so I do like that. Body is kind of shiny. It's nice and hard, a lot like Cobra Khan over there. I'm trying to think. The other figures I don't think have that hard. Now he would kind of have to have him rattle like that. He's got the snake emblem here on his belt, which is the same snake emblem for the most part that Camel Khan has on his chest. It's a little different, but very similar. I'd say this is supposed to be a rattlesnake, rattler snake. So I get G.I. Joe on my mind all the time. This is a nice rubber, so it's going to bend, it's going to move easily. So it's basically a third leg. You're going to have to position him so he's kind of on the back. But it does have a nice tone to it where it just changes color. It's not just a break, so it looks really nice. The scale's down. You can see where the rattle is. Now, kind of chintzy that it's on the outside like this, but I don't think you're going to notice it all that much in your display. And if your kids are playing with it, they're definitely not going to really notice all that much. I'm going to pop it off, and here's his head. And it has the nice scales and everything. Different than Mechanex, where Mechanex is completely straight up. And so it does have, the top doesn't move, it's just a peg up top. And so I think that looks actually, and see, now I remember the figure. Now that I see it, you know, I wasn't a huge Masters of the Universe collector back then. I didn't play with them all that much. Played with a lot of other people's more than my own. That's what she said. So anyway, looking at his arms here, it's got nice blue that goes down the scales, and then has the like yellowish around it. I think it looks really nice. Same with on his legs, it goes all the way down. And this guy fits in with a Viper absolutely perfect. I kind of want to combine a lot of the Cobra Troopers now with these Snake Men, because some of them, like Cobra Khan and Camel Khan, they fit like absolutely perfect with the different Cobra figures. So he does have different feet. I don't remember seeing any of these feet before. And even on the bottom, they got texture on the bottom. They got the peg, so if you're going to use a stand. We've already talked about the belt and the back. And again, I think it's just a really nice looking figure. This is one I'm kind of glad that I did pick up. So we look at his, his articulation. Gets the T-pose perfectly fine. Kind of gets the double bicep. He only has one hand that can hold, and it goes in and out. This one is open. I like the way this hand looks. And it is scaled. So this hand looks better than the ones with the janky fingers and everything. But I think it's time, Masters of the Universe, Mattel, just give them two hands to hold things. There's no reason. He does have a boot cut, even though he has no boot. So he's all one. It's supposed to be one. So it's going to break up the aesthetic to it. But again, they're already kind of broken up on the knees and everything. But I like this figure. This is a figure that I kind of wanted. There's the Jean-Claude Van Damme. I kind of wanted. That's why I ordered them. Obviously. So I didn't try and wait to see if I can find them on clearance or anything. But I do like extending him up and just kind of showing exactly how tall he can look. Because he definitely is way bigger than like Cobra Khan, especially with the neck extended. But if you have the feet extended all the way, let's give him his little staff, or I don't even know what the hell that thing is. I think it looks really good. I'm a big fan of this figure, just looking at him right now. I think he's going to look wonderful in the display, especially with this head extended like that, so super cool. Anyway, I guess that's it. There's really not too much. I mentioned before, there's only so much to go over a Masters of the Universe figure. They have very basic paint apps. Does look like on the bicep. It's a little janky there, but nothing too bad. But again, it would be nice if these companies could get just their paint and everything pretty good, you know. I don't complain too much about the Master Universe. They're still at a very nice price point, although they are moving up. So let's wrap this up. All right, so there you have it. That is the Rattlor review. Again, when it comes to MOTU, there's only so much to go over. The articulation is almost the exact same on every single figure. They use so much of the reusing. But again, this figure, he's completely different. I mean, he's molded here. I do like it. I think this color is just going to kind of pop when you put them in the display. And it's cool that you have these like fantasy figures, but I was pretty much out of MOTU by the time the Snake Man came into it. I forgot to mention the rat. He has the rattling effect. But I mean, everything, like looking at these Snake Men more and more, the more I kind of like them. Again, it was not my thing. I was out of MOTU and toys when these things really started getting prominent, I believe. Probably more into G.I. Joe if I still was playing with toys. So. Anyway, there he is. As I mentioned before, when it comes to MOTU, whether it be Origins or Masterverse, I say just be cautious with what you buy. So much stuff you can buy in clearance. So if it's not a figure you feel that you need, but you would want him maybe down the road, if he's $10, wait and see if you see him on Amazon. See, like I'm just making up words. Wait and see if you see him on Amazon or Target. They always seem to go on clearance. That's why I kind of waited on the Snake Armor He-Man. I don't need it. If I find it for $10, I'll probably pick it up. $18, I'm not so sure. Though I did want this figure. I wanted Cobra Khan. I wanted Boltman. I wanted like some of the figures I want to get. But if you can wait, especially when it comes to Masterverse. That stuff is always on clearance, especially at Target. Always on clearance. And I know people say that hurts the line, and it may, but hey, there's a lot of our money going into the stuff, and they're going to clearance it. Hell, a lot of the Masterverse stuff gets clearance like 2 weeks after it's out there. It's on a huge sale. So anyway, if you feel like you need this figure, jump on BBTS, jump on Entertainment Earth. There'll be links in the description. Amazon, if you can find it. He seems to be sold out pretty much everywhere. At least he was. But they'll probably come back. Whether it be Entertainment Earth, BBTS, Amazon. I don't know what store will get this wave. Will it be Target? Will it be Walmart? It seems like they get their own waves. Like Mattel sends them specific ones. As we all know, April 1st is gone. Like, you know, boom, out of stores, never to be seen again. That's just a dig. If you're wondering what that is, don't. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Social medias, you know what, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, Punk with Toys. Again, if you like the content, give me a thumbs up. Always give a thumbs up to the content creators that you enjoy. Put a lot of hard work into this stuff, and it helps YouTube tell the analytics. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification. So, there he is. And he fell over. What you gonna do? Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Up here, it's gonna be the MOTU playlist. And right here, I'll leave a link to Cobra Khan so you can decide if you want to get that figure. Have a wonderful day.